What's up, guys? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my first look at Week 1 of the 2020 NFL football season. What's up, guys? It is finally here, the moment we have all been waiting for, the 2020 NFL football season. Really excited. Have been looking into everything and studying up for the past couple weeks, and I'm ready to go. So in this video, I'll be giving my first look, my first thoughts, and throughout the week, we'll get more into detail. I'll be doing position videos, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense, all that throughout the week. This is just kind of my first thoughts, kind of a first look, and also at the end of the video, I'll go over kind of a first look example cash build as well. If you guys can please like this video, subscribe if you have not yet, would really appreciate that. I'll be here all football season. And also comment down below, what's your football team? Who is your favorite football team? For me, I grew up around the Cleveland area, so unfortunately, I am considered a Browns fan. Hopefully they get it going this year. Let me know what team you guys got. I would be really interested to hear all that. So just wanted to let you guys know I am on Patreon. A lot of you guys have signed up for my other sports. This is NFL, $5 a month, $1.25 per month, which will be the last year for that price. With this, you get the model you see here. Here you get all the stats. All these are from 2019. But as soon as we get that first game, I'll start getting those 2020 stats in there for you guys. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. Also my targets page with my rankings, example cash build as well, and all that good stuff. And I'll also do an article throughout the week as well. So lots of value in there for you guys. $5 a month. So if you guys do want to sign up, the link will be in the description below. But with that said, we're going to get into our first look here. And just a reminder, this is my first look, only going over a couple plays. There are so many plays I want to talk about, and I will go through them throughout the week as well. And I'm also thinking about doing a potential live stream, maybe Saturday or Sunday as well for you guys too. So with that said, we are going to get into it and start with the first play I want to talk about, which is Lamar Jackson. And we definitely have to mention him up here. I mean, he's absolutely a fantastic play, 8,100. The Ravens are 8-point favorites. It is a 48.5-point total. I guess what I would be concerned about is if the Ravens get out to too far of a lead and they start running the ball, trying to milk the clock a little bit towards the end of the game. So hopefully the Browns are able to keep up, and I think they should. They have a good offense this year. But he averaged 29.5 DraftKings points per week in 2019, which is absolutely insane, especially for a quarterback to average, a consistent 30. He's able to run the ball. He's able to pass the ball. He's able to do it all. He's able to get into the end zone as well. And the Browns did allow the third most rushing yards in 2019, so I think he'll have no problem running the ball and running it a ton too. So Jackson does have a really high ceiling, and for that reason, I don't mind going up there and paying for him at 8,100. But I typically like to find value in quarterbacks, so it's not really my style. But I wouldn't blame anybody for going up there and paying for Lamar Jackson at 8,100. Getting into the next play here, and this is probably one of my favorite quarterbacks on the slate, and there are a lot of question marks in this play with Cam Newton, but he's 6,100, 2,000 saving on Lamar Jackson there. Just a great price, fantastic matchup. Miami did allow the 9th most passing yards and the 6th most rushing yards last year. We all know what Cam Newton is capable of. He's able to pass the ball. He's able to get some yards on the ground as well, and he will probably be the goal line running back, quote, as well. So I don't know. I like Cam Newton in this matchup. He has solid weapons in Edelman, Harry, and White out of the backfield. Rushing yard upside as well, and then those goal line carries could help out. Hopefully get into the end zone a couple times. Rushing touchdown would be big for a quarterback, as you guys know. So Cam Newton, I don't hate it, 6,100. I like it in cash. I like it as a tournament play as well. All right, getting into the next play here, and it's Carson Wentz. You guys will see throughout this video that I do want to attack this Washington football team defense this week. So I do have a couple plays going against them. The Eagles are 6-point favorites. It's a 43-point total here, most of that coming from the Eagles. It is a favorable matchup in the Washington football team's defense. Lots of weapons in the passing game. ERTZ, Goddard, Jackson, we all know. He has a lot of weapons there. And Washington did allow the 6th most points last year. I think the Eagles should have no problem getting into the end zone. Hopefully it's Wentz, passing it to Jackson. I'll have some Jackson. I'll have some ERTZ. I'll have some Sanders as well. I just want to attack this Washington defense this week. So it is a solid price. It's 6,300 as well. I don't hate it in cash. Decent tournament play as well. I think there's some solid upside there with Carson Wentz. So there are some other quarterbacks we'll talk about on the quarterbacks video, but those are the three that stuck out to me. Of course, there's plenty more we'll talk about there throughout the week. All right, and we have to mention this guy. He is absolutely elite. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is 10,000, highest on the slate, and for a good reason. The Panthers are 3-point underdogs. There is a 47.5 point total here. He averaged 30.95 DraftKings points per game last year, which is absolutely unheard of. And he's going against the Raiders, who were decent against the run last year, but it really doesn't matter who McCaffrey is facing. He will pretty much go off every single week. So he has an elite ceiling. He can go out there and get 40-plus points on any given week. Just gets a lot of volume, gets a lot of receptions, gets to run the ball a lot as well, and he finds the end zone quite a bit. So I actually do like McCaffrey in cash quite a bit. He's obviously one of the obvious cash plays on the slate. I like him in GPP. He has tons of upside there, and there is a lot of value in this Week 1 slate where you could go up and get McCaffrey and go down and get some value plays you are comfortable with. So for that reason, I do like McCaffrey quite a bit, even though he's 10,000. It might look like a lot, but he's absolutely elite. All right, next we got Alvin Kamara, and I think he's going to go a little overlooked this week. He's 2,800 less than Christian McCaffrey, so if you do want to save some salary there, you can go with Kamara here. 3.5 favorites over Tampa Bay and a 49.5 point total. I think this is going to be an absolute shootout, honestly. The Bucs run defense is very, very good. I believe they're ranked number 1 in the running defense, so that could lower the Kamara ownership. But he did have 95 targets last year in the passing game. He's more than capable of doing stuff, catching the ball out of the backfield as well. 533 receiving yards as well for Kamara. Tough touchdown upside in a high-scoring game. With the total set at 49.5, it's pretty good odds that Kamara is going to find the end zone once or twice in this game. So I like Kamara. I think there's touchdown upside. I think there's reception upside as well. And I think he'll go a little bit overlooked too. So give me some Kamara at 7,200. Next, we got Miles Sanders. This will probably be one of the more chalkier plays on the whole slate, and for a good reason. I mean, he's 6,300. The Eagles are 6-point favorites with a 43-point total. Like I said, I'm going to be targeting this Washington defense. Just a great price for Sanders. Averaged 4.6 yards per carry last year. Reception upside as well for him. He should get around 15 to 20 rushing attempts. Very favorable matchup in the Washington football team. Washington did give up 145 rushing yards per game last year, which was the second most. So, man, Sanders is a fantastic play. I'm most likely, I'll just tell you right now, I'm probably going to have him in cash, and I think he's a fine tournament option as well. Next, getting into MARLON MACK here. He is 6,000. He's 5,300. My bad. Colts are 7.5 point favorites. 45 point total for this game. I think it's a solid price for the Colts starting running back and Mack. The Colts do have an elite offensive line, and Mack should get the majority of the carries here. Extremely favorable matchup in the Jags, who gave up the 5th most rushing yards per game and should have the most. The Colts should have the lead the most part of the game, so they should have running. They should be running the ball quite a bit, is what I'm trying to say. So I do like Mack. I don't think they're going to come from behind, and if the Colts come from behind and they get into the the passing strategy and they start passing the ball, Mack's not much of a pass catcher, but I did hear that they're trying to get Mack more involved in the passing game. So I don't know if he can get some receptions as well at 5,300. Hopefully the coaches aren't lying there, and hopefully they do get him more involved in that passing game. I think 5,300 for the Colts starting running back is a pretty solid play there, pretty solid price as well. Next, getting into some wide receivers here. Davante Adams, 7,300. He's 1,700 cheaper than Michael Thomas. And Thomas is the most expensive wide receiver on the slate, and for an absolute good reason. But if you do want to save some salary there, I think Adams is a good play here. Packers are 2.5 point underdogs in this matchup, and there's a 46 point game total as well. Adams, as we all know, he gets tons of targets, tons of volume. He had 124 targets in 12 games, which is just under 10 targets per game last year. And I feel like he'll go overlooked here as well. I mean, I haven't really seen many people talking about Davante Adams. He always has that upside. I think is a great tournament option pretty much every week. It doesn't really matter what matchup Adams has. He's always going to get a lot of targets and hopefully find the end zone a couple times in this game. I do like Adams. Not so much in cash, but more of a tournament play for Adams here. All right, getting into this next play here. Terry McLaurin, he's 5,600. First of all, I like that price quite a bit. Washington are 6-point underdogs, and they're going to be coming from behind most of the game, most likely. So he does have that garbage time upside here. He did have 919 yards in 12 games. I thought he had a fantastic year last year. Most likely will be covered by Slayer Maddox, which is PFF's ranked 87th and 85th corners there. I mean, Haskins isn't the best quarterback by any means, but he should get a lot of targets here with the next best passing options or pass catching options being Steven Sims and Dontrell Inman. So I do like McLaurin. I like him at that price. I like him for that garbage time upside. I do feel like they're going to be down, and he's going to get those garbage yards, and those matter in daily fantasy sports. So give me McLaurin at 5,600. I do like that price quite a bit. Next we have DeSean Jackson, and he has 4,900. And this is probably one of the best wide receivers on the slate from a value standpoint. Fantastic price here at 4,900. Favorable matchup against Washington. Another Eagle here. Number one receiver in Philadelphia this week. And the Eagles should score a ton in this game against this awful Washington defense that I think is a great value play. So give me DeSean Jackson. And this is another play I'll most likely have in cash as well. Just great value there. All right, next we got Adam Thielen. And he had a fantastic season in 2018. 2019, wasn't as good as 2018, but now they don't have Diggs, so I feel like he can definitely get the majority of the receptions and the majority of the targets in this game. They are 2.5 favorites. The Vikings are against the Packers with a 46-point game total. Like I said, with Diggs gone, he's going to get more volume. He's going to get more receptions. And if he can go back to that 2018 season, I think he was like one of the top 3 wide receivers in scoring in the 2018 season. I think he could possibly, could do around there this year. I don't expect him to go out there and be a top 3 receiver, but maybe definitely top 10, especially with no Diggs and getting that volume. I do think he'll have a decent season, and I do like him in this matchup against Packers. They're a decent matchup. They have a decent passing game, but with the volume, it really doesn't matter. I think he'll be able to get a lot of targets either way. It doesn't really matter the matchup for me for Thielen there. Next, we're going to get into the tight ends here, and there are some decent ones I want to talk about. Starting with Zach Ertz, again, another Eagle. I love the price here for Ertz at 5,800. He did average 14.1 DraftKings points per game in 2019. A pretty solid price here for Ertz, and he is the number one receiving option for the Eagles as well. Extremely favorable matchup in what should be a high-scoring game on the Eagles side, and a decent chance of finding the end zone as well for Ertz. So at 5,800, if you do want to, kind of pay up for a tight end, I think Ertz is a fine option there. But like I said, I'm going to be high on these Eagles this week. All right, getting into the tight end here, Hayden Hurst for the Falcons here. The Falcons are 1.5-point underdogs in this matchup with a 49-point game total, so it should be pretty high scoring here. Great price here for Hurst with some pretty solid upside. We all saw what Hooper did at tight end last year in Atlanta. Like I said, it should be a pretty high scoring game, and he should get a decent amount of targets, especially for his price tag. Just a nice value play here at tight end if you do want to. I don't mind him in cash. I don't mind him in tournaments as well, especially if you can find the end zone. That would be fantastic. In a game that, like I said, should be, the Falcons should get in the end zone quite a bit. So with that said, those are just some players I wanted to talk about, kind of a first look, and now we're going to get into a first look cash build. Cam Newton at quarterback. I don't mind you guys, if you guys want to do a Wentz stack with Sanders, Jackson. I don't hate that whatsoever. I think that's probably what I'm going to do in tournaments. Probably that WENTZ stack is something I like. McCaffrey in cash, I really like that. Really good floor and obviously a fantastic season. Miles Sanders, one of the best value plays on the slate. DeSean Jackson, again, one of the best value plays on the slate. Terry McLaurin, and then HAYDEN HURST at tight end, and then you kind of fill it in from there. But this is probably what my cash build is going to look like somewhat. I'm sure it will change throughout the week, and we'll talk about it as the week goes on, but just wanted to share that with you guys there. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys can like this video, it will help a ton. Subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll be here all year. So if you guys want more content, I'm going to be posting my position videos throughout the week, and then hopefully a live